So what I'm on and thinking about today is, hold on, and what is today? Today is the 24th. Guess I'm like ahead of time. I don't really be meaning to. It just like happens like that for me. I really been resting. I've been sleeping good, sleeping well, but I've been sleeping late. I've been going to sleep late and sleeping late. I mean, waking up late, and it's like, that hasn't been me in a while now. Maybe like 6 months to a year. And even when I did sleep late, I didn't sleep later than like 9 or 10 or whatever. But now it's like, oh, you at work or whatever. Anyways, so I had some dream that seemed like, what's his name was calling. It was a house phone. It seemed like he was calling, and the phone was to the left of me, maybe a white house phone or something. And I didn't see myself answer it or anything, but I can't remember. I might have, I don't know. But I think even if I didn't answer it, somehow the information it came to me like as far as it was saying the boys had spent the night with. It seemed like the boys had spent the night with him before, and then they had spent the night with me. So it's like a switch off type of thing. Um, and then I guess he was concerned and wanting to know, what was going on. My thing is just that phone and stuff in the dream. It just reminds me of back in 2018 when August the 26th came. I think it was August 25th or 26th. I was calling him on Duo. Just calling, because he had blocked me on everything else you can imagine. His phone or just whatever. He just blocked me, and so I was calling him on the Duo number because it was on my phone. And it just kept ringing, ringing, ringing. And I'm assuming, of course, he was laying beside this female at this time because he was over there in earlier August. So but he could have been elsewhere, but I don't know. I don't know. I really don't care. He could have been on his truck, could have been out of town. I don't know. But I was calling. I felt grief on that day, on one of them days, like the day before the 26th, I believe. Because like I said, I remember I was talking to my at the time best friend, and whatever. And so never answered, never called back. And it looks like I found out what happened on August the 28th. I know I was in Walmart, and my so-called mom told my now deceased grandma, and of course she told me. She didn't even tell, my own so-called mom didn't tell me. I just don't understand. You'll use somebody else to communicate it to me when you're right there. She came into the Walmart, or we passed her, and I think I was already bothered or upset with her about something. But my youngest son was with me. He was in the basket, and he was like, "I want to see." He called out. He said, "Grandma." Somebody. I think he called out my deceased grandma's name, but he was talking about my so-called mom. Um, he was talking about my so-called mom, and like he pointed at her or something like that or whatever, and took him by over there to see her or whatever. And yeah, but she didn't take that opportunity to tell me. She told her. I'm like, what? That's again. It's like you don't want to be responsible for telling me something yourself. That I need to know whatever. I don't know, but it was crazy. That's how I found out. I didn't know, honey. I didn't know I was going on living my life. I knew I felt grief or whatever, and then I know me and my now deceased grandma. She was saying that's gonna be a sad funeral or something like that. And I had already felt the grief, so I knew some type of sadness. But to this day, I didn't care. I don't care. When he even tried to connect me, I'm not saying he tried to, but I don't know, something like try to connect me to that in the previous year, August of 2017. I spoke out my mouth. I don't care. And I think he snapped back like, I ain't asking you to care. Like maybe he wanted me to, but no, I'm not going to do that. I was so agitated by, um, I can leave the phone up here, but I was so agitated by the lady, what she did and stuff like that, and just bothering me, like trying to pick on me and pick with me, but in a subtle way, using her so-called kids. People like when their kids say something crazy out their mouth to you, You ain't did nothing. I mean, you helped. And the way that I helped, of course, I let God move on me and help me to make a certain decision that I probably wouldn't have made myself or whatever. And I probably, to me, wisest decision would be a no. But God allowed me to open my doors and stuff like that. I got talked about that. Oh, you just good enough for getting people on their feet. And I'm like, what? What kind of sense do that make? I thought we were supposed to help each other get on their feet, stand on their feet, in the natural sense, stand on your own 2 feet, or, in a spiritual sense, helping somebody, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It was just always something spewed at me if I did something that I thought was kind. And I'm not even from the front and say it came from the kindness of my heart. It just came from God being kind and loving that person and caring for that person. And He used me. It was me, being a willing vessel, but I wouldn't have chose. I'm gonna just be honest. I wouldn't have chose to do more than likely. In some cases where I think 2 or 3 days, I'll give somebody 2 or 3 days to a week, but definitely wouldn't have chose to keep my doors open for 30 something days to this person or whatever and let them stay here. But anyway, so I was spewed at for that and just again just temple. And I felt like even she was the person who died, which of course is, what's his name, Mom. She was the one who called me and asked me to, could her daughter stay here and, things like that. I told her, I was like, I gotta call you back. Cause I wasn't finna just make that decision like that. But I was like, I'll call you back and let you know. I had to pray about it. I thought I was gonna call, what's his name, but I didn't ever call him. And I wanted him to be included in those types of decisions. Like, I wanted to be able to just ask him, well, should I let you stay here and this, that, and the third? But it wasn't, it wasn't about him, and it wasn't about that. It was more, I'm not saying it didn't include him or have something to do with him, but it wasn't about him. It was about God getting the glory. So I had to make that decision. And then, of course, when she was staying here, my folks on my side knew that, I was allowing her to stay here. And then it could go back to times of old, you never know what happened in the past. I don't know, between certain bloodlines and stuff like that. I don't know. Because, again, they don't tell me stuff. So, God has to reveal it to me or, come out in some type of way. But, yeah, I wouldn't have chosen to let her stay here just to put that on the record. Again, I'm going to say for more than like 2 or 3 days. I feel like I would have. I don't mind opening my door for 2 or 3 days. That is the type of person I am. But a whole month and this and the third for you to get up in my business and feel like, and start feeling like to an extent you running stuff, uh, absolutely not. I thought I heard my lawnmower out there. But anyways, absolutely not. So yeah, 2017 when he was bringing that to me, and of course this was after all the you taking me to court or you pressing charges after I received papers and stuff like that that said that you were pressing charges on me about. I'm like, what? And it was a mean type of way. Like, really? But yet you're spewing something else to me, talking about get a job and this, but you don't mind putting charges on my, what kind of foolishness? And that's why I'm like, yes, what type of sorcery, witchcraft, all this foolishness that be going on. Y'all definitely seem like you reprobate mind or you're double-minded. You're spewing, get a job, but you're the one going and pressing charges. So which one do you really want me to do? So if you're trying to make it hard for me to do anything, you done made it harder on yourself. And I mean, for her, it's real bad. I don't know if she went out bad or I know she went out definitely sad, but I don't know if she went out real bad. But I feel like if you was trying to grab a Bible before or you went out holding a Bible, maybe in them last little twinkling moments, God is like, okay, I forgive you. You messed up, but I forgive you. I don't know. I'm not even holding on to it or concerned about where her resting place is or whatever, what all that happens. But even to this day, I'm just saying, it's just you had your opportunity and it was mean. It was mean, it was nasty towards me. Now, I don't know how many other people have told me. Oh, she made me do this, she made me sleep in the pantry. Now, that whole thing, I don't know. If all she had was 2 or 3 bedrooms and she had her kids, I mean, you a grown or older person, then hey, as long as you got somewhere, you was inside or somewhere you wasn't, so I don't know, but she said the pantry or whatever. I just, anyways, to me, I just feel like that's not my issues and my concerns to bear. I don't want my kids bearing or picking it up, and that's again, I guess why phone seemingly went unanswered in there. I don't want my kids carrying that. I just told my oldest son go take a shower. I just felt like he needed to be clean and get a, even my youngest son needed to be going to take a shower. I took a shower last night, and yeah, I need to go just get cleaned up. And again, even though I know that this is the month that lady passed in, this, and the third, I don't be thinking no more really after it. I be seeing the days approaching or the day approaching, but I don't be caring. And then I don't be caring because I don't want to say caring. Lord have mercy. But anywho, God knows what I mean when I'm emphasizing all that. Um, ooh, thank you, Father God. He got in the high, so Honda sheep on the high. God knows. To God be all the glory. Higher than the high. And then just to be, that was one thing in 2017, but in 2012, when you even tried me then, and I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? You would say I was dumb or gullible or whatever, just, like, I just didn't pay it. I paid it attention, but I didn't, like, grasp that it was like some type of attack towards me. I didn't get highly, I got offended, but I didn't get highly offended, I don't think. I didn't, because if that was the case, then I wouldn't even let my child even come back around you or nothing like that. I would have fought hard to be like, oh no, that's not happening. But anyway, yeah, 2012, I was offended by the same type of offender. You know what I'm saying? Same person, should I say? But also, this person was more kind of more direct. They did it in front of me, still indirect, but did it in front of me. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? I don't know. I feel a type of way. I feel like my son needs to take a long shower. Did you wash up good? Because I feel like you needed to take a longer shower than that. Maybe you need to turn that water on and wash up again. Wash yourself, scrub yourself good. I don't know. I just felt like you needed to get in there a little longer. Don't rush out. But anyway, um, what was I saying? Yeah, but 2012 had offended me, and then tried to operate through your kids, both of them. But one of them was around me more, of course. I'm just like, wait, what? So I didn't, and what's the problem? But it's like every time I turn around, it's somebody got some kind of problem with me. And again, I don't know what y'all see in me. I know how I carry myself, but I don't be knowing what y'all see in me. I'm guessing it's the God in me. I sometimes I don't even know. I be like, what is it? Because sometimes I feel like people see something evil or something, something else about me, and I just be like, almost feeling confused. But I know how I carry myself. I know that I'm a person that speaks up. Speak up when necessary. Not afraid to speak up. And I know a lot of people, especially so-called older or elders, don't like that. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know, some other dream I seen either a lady on a cross or either on like a clothesline or something. She was up at on a high position type something. And she was saying something and she was saying her last words and then she was dying. She died. I don't know if it was a white lady or if it was just a lighter skinned lady. I don't know. But she died, and I think this dream was yesterday. She died, and then no, this dream might have been today. I don't know, man. Stuff trying to run together. But anyways, she said a few words, and then she died. And I cried. I shed tears for her. It was only a few seconds later that she died. Closed her eyes and was dead. And I shed tears for her. So it was somebody that was, would make an impact in my. I don't want to say would because I don't know if this is supposed to play out like that, but made an impact in my life or something like that, or that I respected or admired or had some kind of feelings for. He ain't got back in that shower. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not gonna hound him about it, but I just want him to be squeaky clean. Anyways, so yeah, something about that, and it just seemed like it was what it was. It don't seem like bad, good, or nothing like that. It just was like, but it makes me wonder, like, who is that? It was an older lady, so it seemed like, maybe somebody that has wisdom or somebody that I don't know. But anyways, and don't know, if it's a real death or if it's a something spiritual. Definitely something spiritual, but just don't know how it would manifest in the natural, should I say. Um, but yeah, like don't send your kids to come for me. I'm still on that. Even the one so called across the street, like don't send your little minions or whatever you raise them to be to come after me, come for me. Then I was reading some emails back from then where I was saying how this one, the one across the street, she likes to get other people's identity, and that's why I didn't let her know too much about me. Now other people might have informed her or whatever, but no, because you like to try to take on other people's identity and stuff like that instead of seeking God for your own, who you truly are. And really, because to me, who she truly is, how she was operating, she probably couldn't look herself in the mirror. And I mean, unless it's the mirror of vanity, of course, but you can look yourself in the mirror and knowing good and well you out here doing dirt, and it was foul. And I don't want to go back on that, but it was just so many of them. Then some dream, of course, I think about my so-called mom, and then my previously known great aunts, which was, of course, my now deceased grandma's sister, a close sister to her. She was, my grandma deemed her as good because she would always give us money. She would do stuff or whatever. Um, um, she died before her, of course, and stuff like that. But she would, and then in one dream I had was where she had took my seat. I guess I was supposed to sit in some seat or whatever, and then that's the same year that she died. But she had took a seat that I was gonna sit in, and to me that's a good righteous type of thing. Your older generation and this and third, but I was about to say that don't mean my comment, but but anyway, I didn't ever sit in the seat, so it might indicate something. At the same time, I don't know. She did appear in a dream, and her eyes was like amber. I want to say fire, but I didn't see fire. I just seen amber, like amber color. And it was a glow to him or whatever. But and I think I was telling her she was looking out the blind, and I was telling her to come out the house or something like that. And I don't think she came out when I told her, but she came out when somebody else did. And then I seen my so-called mom. She seemed like she had some type of power with fire or something like that, where she could burn somebody up and burn somebody down to the bone. And in this dream, I think she burnt me down to the bones or whatever. I don't feel like I died or anything, but I don't know. But burned me down to the bone, and she was saying that I betrayed her or something like that. And in my whole life, baby, I don't feel like I betrayed her. Now, could I have done so? I don't know, but I don't feel like I betrayed her. I feel like, hey, I want to live in my life as a young person, and I was trying to live as the way you trained me to live as best as possible. But I still got to grow up and have my own life. And then I think when you grow up and you find out somebody was doing some other stuff, foul stuff towards you, start looking at them a certain type of way. I tried to still be careful how I looked at her because the Bible still say honor your mother and your father. The rest of that, but I try to make sure that I wasn't disrespectful. I'm looking at you a certain way, and I didn't want to make decisions based off that. Like one time, I just literally wanted to cuss her out and say all type of foul stuff to her when she was. Uh, I don't gotta answer that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, it was the tone and it was what she said, but yeah, I don't gotta answer that. Um, about my child, and I was like, wait, what? And God kept me. She hung up, so I didn't get to say anything to her anyway. But God help me. I went on and started praying in the spirit because I was like, wait, what? Why would somebody? Why? Why would you do that to me? And even if you didn't train me in these type of ways that I'm supposed to look out for my daughter, I'm gonna look out for my daughter, and I'm asking what's going on with my child, and I got the right, and I feel like she felt like I shouldn't be asking her, I couldn't question her. But it was times when she felt like, oh, can the kids come over? I don't think she wanted to and had to humble yourself or whatever, but can they come over here? It was just supposed to be an adamant demand, like, no, you need to bring them over. No, you need to respect me, and you can ask, and I can have the opportunity or chance to say yes or no, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, I don't know what's all going on. Again, dreams keep coming. Thankful for them, but yet still be feeling annoyed. Then still thinking about the table with the black decorations, and I'm just like, I don't want disappointment. And I'm thinking about that because there was a word that said, your table is set, and something else. I listened to it, but I really can't remember. And I just, I don't know if I had a hard time receiving it or grasping it for myself because a table with black decorations, I won't choose that. I remember a time when my daughter's so-called grandma bought them black cupcakes and stuff to the kids in the classroom. And people was like, why would she do that and stuff like that. My daughter was laughing about it. I was like, why would she do that? And like, she's that type of person that, you know, can decorate in some fancy stuff. But she had some weird stuff with her, like some vain stuff with her. She could pick out some nice things, but that stuff be having a another type of meaning behind it. And so I was like, skeptical. And I did. I ate one of the cupcakes anyway. And he was like, it's turning our and my daughter was like, some of her classmates were saying, it turned our teeth black. And I was like, Lord. It was just a little laughing moment between me and her. Um, and yeah, so black decoration, I'll just be like, ugh, I don't want no black decorations. Then I go back to the dream where I had where my so-called mom gave me a black ring to give to, oh, what's his name? And I don't know, that's what I'm feeling like. Maybe I didn't see myself hand it to him, so did I not give it to him or what? You know, a ring of it. I guess that's a ring of death or whatever. I don't know. But I do feel like, you know, he could be gone. He could be up out of here. But as far as me putting that on his, have I spoken over his life? I can't remember, but definitely have felt it about his life. I definitely told him he could follow suit of his now deceased mom and deceased brother and stuff like that, because you know it was of course in a moment where he was pissing me off, but it was also sometimes it might have been in calm moments because I just knew you did dirty stuff like rapist, robber, this, then whatever. And I felt like that, and I felt like I was justified in at least feeling like that. But like I said, I'd be trying to be careful as far as what I speak. He's definitely spoke something regarding death about me. And then going back to the when he said, "Oh, you got more things on your record than I do," was like, so because I have stuff on my record, if it was the case or whatever, if it was true, should I say, the stuff that's on there, or if it wasn't because somebody else did some other crazy stuff to get that on there, it's like he was judging me or, you know, like condemning him or putting me at a lower place than him and putting his son. I'm like, wait, what? I understand that I've ran into some troubles and stuff like that, but that don't mean that you just get to just throw me away or cast me away. I didn't cast myself away with all that. So I just felt like, oh, so you're one of them people that feel like you're superior. And I really do think he feels like he's superior to other people. I do think he's good and gifted in some areas and stuff like that, and really can quick on some stuff, and it might come naturally to him. And I really can't detect anything like I can name and label some stuff that he's done that was bad, but as far as I can't really detect things that are bad about him, I just feel like a lot of stuff manifested in him because of who he was around. But I don't know if I'm confused on, do I feel like, did it ever come to a point where he could consciously decide, oh my goodness, I don't need to be taking on that. I don't need to be treating people like that just because I hear my mom saying she don't like somebody, or that I'm around or something like that. Like even with my daughter, I don't, there's certain people she know I don't like, and I tell her, but she have to decide. Well, mom, I'm not the same way. Like I don't like her so-called grandma stuff. She have to decide. Well, mom, I'm not gonna do that just because. Now, do I want her to see the truth and know? Okay, hey, I need to get away from her, steer clear of her because of this. Yeah, but and you know, I guess it's in a sense see things my way. Yeah, but am I gonna pressure her? I mean, at this point, I feel like I can't no way, but I definitely feel helpless when it comes to that. I can't do nothing but rely on God when it comes to that. But am I gonna try to force her and stuff like that? And I just be honest with her. I just tell her the truth anyway. Of the matter and what happened and stuff like that. Yes, about his historical stuff. I feel like I kind of feel like her so-called dad be trying to hide and stuff in the midst and don't be wanting to be pinpointed. But not trying to get to my daughter's so-called dad and so-called people when I was talking about, oh, what's his name, but it just came up like that. But I don't know, even with him, I can't really detect, besides the stuff that he directly said to me and did to me, I can't direct that he's a, detect that he's a, like a bad person or anything. I've had dreams that have shown me that, this, or even had times where God showed me he's operating in error. And again, did he choose that willingly and stuff like that, or was he highly influenced by his so-called mom, his so-called dad? This, of course, now his dad is deceased, but things like that. So I just don't know, and I don't really be trying to figure that out about, especially him. Now, as far as, what's his name, I was trying to figure it out and understand it. At this point, I'm just like, God, you know everything about him. You know the details that I don't know. I still submitted, even on this day, I still submitted to God, with this dream regarding the phone call and stuff like that, and who spent the night where. And I can just feel like, I don't really want my boys. I don't want my boys around them because of certain stuff, but I still just feel like, I can't acknowledge that, he's their dad. I gotta call him, what's his name, or whatever. And that doesn't mean that they have to call him, what's his name, or anything like that. They gonna hear me because that's what it is. But I just seen a guy who reached out to his biological dad or whatever, and I remember him saying, so my mom wasn't worth it. And basically, that man made a bold statement. He didn't say it, but that man made a bold statement with the way he lived. He said he felt like he was gonna get killed if he didn't choose whoever the one that he chose. I don't know if he's still with that lady or whatever, but anyway, I mean, that was a son that was trying to speak up on behalf of the mom, and like, I don't know. To me, it would feel good when your children would speak up on your behalf, or just having some kind of witness, you know. So but he was really asking, and so it's like, for my sons, they probably will maybe come to that conclusion too. Well, you ain't think my mom was good enough for you, and or whatever. So I don't know. He claimed they was, he claimed that they was gonna jump him. Well, go ahead and speak that shit over your life if you want to. No, baby, I feel like that's the easy route out. My sons don't even need to be even trying to go toe to toe with you. They don't need to be. They don't need to be trying to. And honestly, if that was dishonoring their so-called dad, if he didn't already dishonor them or dishonor, especially me, I feel like, um, they don't need to do that with you. To you, you do that to yourself. Somebody else can get your ass, but my sons don't even engage in that. Now, if the world was working like it should, yep, Family Matters should say amongst Family Matters. But I don't consider him family anymore like I used to. I don't know what my boys would consider him, just a relative or just whatever. I don't know. But I just wouldn't want them wasting their time on that. I feel like it would be a waste of time. I feel like that's his way of trying to still control the situation, and like, yeah, I'd rather them just jump me or beat me up instead of me. No, face whatever you got faced out there. Don't no. Ain't it enough that my boys? I can just hear them now. Ain't it enough that my boys already whooped my ass and jumped me? No, bitch. No. It ain't nowhere. If you asking me, it's not nowhere near enough. But God has the first final say, so I'll leave it at that. But I'm truly hoping that my boys don't get to a point where they feel like that, because I still feel like of course, it's naturally disrespectful. Like, kids don't need to be beating up on their parents. I mean, of course, let alone there's people out here killing their parents, but kids don't need to be beating up on their parents at all. Stay away from them, turn away from them, this, that, and third, for your safety, your sanity, and whatever the case you need. Absolutely. Even though I'm not saying my daughter turned away from me for her sanity, this, that, and the third. I just feel like they got her convinced that that's what she needs to do or whatever, but it is what it is. God has allowed it. But yeah, other than that, no, you don't need to go cuss your people out. Honey, I sent a nasty little email to my so-called dad. I don't know if he ever read it or got it. I sent it from another page. But honey, I was going off, and I know if he read it or anything, he probably would have felt the type of way. But I don't know if he ever did read it. I don't know if she read it, but I'm just like, I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all think this is. I was going in too, baby, and it could be seen as disrespectful, but it ain't nothing. It don't make a dent to me. I feel like it don't make a dent in whatever you have done to me that I don't even know about, that I do know about. My son did not go get his behind back in the shower. Let me see. You didn't get back in that shower.